Hi, everyone. All right, let's switch cameras here. How are you guys doing? Happy Thanksgiving for those of you who are in the States. Let's see. I don't know what music I'm in the mood for. All right, so I'm going to get started with the community reading, and I'm going to go ahead and open this up to everybody. All right, let's try this one. The sound. All right, so I am going to do a community reading. Let's see, we are in our first quarter moon right now, where some of us are just finishing off the holidays. So I wanted to use our divine blessings. Oh, you can't see the deck, but I'm using the Divine Blessings deck. Our first card here is creativity. It says, give yourself permission to explore your creative side. Through personal expression, let creativity flow freely, allowing it to embrace you and enable you to express your authentic soul energy. Ooh, I totally resonate with this. I just bought like my first skeins of yarn after like not having knitted and crocheted in probably 15 years. Like, I'm so excited. Um so this creativity card feels very up my alley. And then this card is gratitude. This is open yourself to recognizing the blessings already present in your life. Practice the art of expressing gratitude and watch as it amplifies the abundance of blessings flowing into your existence. It's a perfect card for those of us who are just coming off Thanksgiving, reflecting on the things that we're thankful for, reflecting on the things that we're grateful for. Maybe for some of us, this has to do with the creative side of ourselves, or being grateful for having discovered things that we feel like we can be inspired by creatively. And let's pull one more card. Hey, Luke, how are you doing? All right, last card. Here we go. Enjoy. I feel like this is, tis the season, right? And so this says, happiness is a divine gift that exists in every moment. Allow yourself to be swept away by the simple beauty of life and let your soul dance in delight. Follow the joy of your heart. I feel like this very much fits into, the community reads we've had for the last few weeks of just going with the flow and let things happen how they're going to happen. Don't try to like steer the ship, so to speak, and just try to relinquish some of the control that sometimes we feel like we have to like grasp onto. But yeah, I find that with the joy, being able to like let loose a little bit, that's where you truly start to open yourself up to receiving happiness and stuff like that. Ooh, you need a long vacation of isolation. I totally feel that, Luke. I took off on Friday, so it's nice to have off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm sad that tomorrow is already Saturday, but Thanksgiving was nice. It was kind of low key. I went over early to help my cousin set up and cook, and it was really funny. I made a corn pudding and found out my aunt also made a corn pudding. So it was a battle of the corn puddings, which is really funny because it was the same exact recipe. There was no way for it to be different. So that was really fun. It was nice to see everybody. I'm very much looking forward to Christmas and New Year's. Hopefully your Thanksgiving festivities went well. I feel like it's gonna be quiet today, um, which is fine. I figured I'd try it out. I think I have to compete too much for Saturdays. Corn pudding's pretty yummy if you like cornbread. Um, it's like a slightly creamier cornbread where the top is still nice and like it gets browned in the oven, but the inside is creamier. Oh no, what is going on, music? Um, Dang. Yeah, my family made way too much, Luke. We still have food. Um, like, what is happening? Okay, there we go. Um, they had a whole turkey, a spiral ham, two corn puddings, obviously, like two things of stuffing, um, mac and cheese, like a whole thing of greens. I mean, mind you, it was only like it was less than 10 of us, so it was way too much food. Like the meats alone were way too much. Yeah, it's super easy, Luke. It's basically a can of corn, a can of creamed corn, a small tub of sour cream, two eggs, and Jiffy cornbread mix. Am I missing anything? No, that's it. And all you do is mix it all together and cook it till it's done. I think like 350 for like 50 minutes. My friends, so if you enjoy chili and you enjoy cornbread, my friends got me onto like eating the corn pudding with like a spicy chili. So good because the sweetness from the corn pudding, um, the sweetness from the corn pudding cuts the acidity and spiciness, if it is spicy, of the chili. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, usually I would say usually we have like maybe 20 to 30 people, but we kept it low key because my cousin's dealing with like health stuff, so that's why I went over early to help get everything set up. So fewer people came over, and any people that felt like they were like a little sick or something decided not to come just in case. Even if they felt like maybe they're outside of the window of being contagious, they thought it was just for the best to not show up, which I totally appreciate and I understand. Well, I'm glad I'm testing this out. I don't think Saturdays are going to be my day. I think there's too much competing with Saturdays. Thank you, Luke. It's funny you say you need to make more food for Christmas and we need to make less food for Christmas. So, like, and it's funny cuz I mean Christmas is literally less than a month away. So, my aunt generally has Christmas brunch and then everybody like that everybody goes to, and then everybody goes to their respective Christmases. So, um all the big Christmas dinnery kind of stuff is done during Christmas brunch. It's a very interesting family tradition. But because there were so few of us at Thanksgiving and so much food, I think we're gonna freeze a lot of it and just like bring it out again for Christmas brunch. I was excited to use my cat deck. I was talking about it in our last live, and it made me think, like, oh, I really want to pull this guy out. It's been a while. It's just so cute. Well, yeah, I didn't do Friday because like I was I slept in from Thursday, and then I was kind of cleaning up the house and trying to get space ready to pull the Christmas tree out. So I had to move the I had to move the cat tree. I had to move like pieces of furniture yesterday. So then by the time I finished, it was like 6:30, and I was like, oh crap, I totally forgot it was Friday. No live. I'm tired. I just want to loaf on the couch with my cat. I didn't have it in me to go live. Hey Sue, welcome. Yeah, we're just chit-chatting about our holidays. Um oh, I forgot to open the queue. Gosh, even I'm discombobulated. Okay. Um Sue, I you joined before I opened the queue, but that's not your fault. That's my fault. So go ahead, put your question in the chat and I will pull a card. Just remember, I don't do third-party reading, so I won't ask how anyone feels about you, what their intentions are, stuff like that. Dang, a week after Halloween. I usually make it till Thanksgiving. Like this is the weekend that I start to like pull stuff out. I went to Michael's and I bought some yarn because I want to make some gifts. And then they had a lot of stuff on sale, like leftovers from Black Friday. So I snagged some extra stuff to add to my collection of decor. Hi Jean, welcome. I'm just waiting to see if Sue puts their question in the chat. Okay. Here we go. And then I will get you Jean after Sue. Ooh, what spiritual transformation is coming for you? Let's see, Sue. Oh gosh, the cats have zoomies. Sorry if you end up hearing me yell at them. All right. So you have the world and the moon. So some of it I think you're not necessarily meant to know about yet with the moon here. Um some of the other stuff is based off of the cards here, I think that you're already going through something spiritually, and I think that, if you have set goals for yourself spiritually and you have set some ambitions and or have some ambitions rather, I think that the world is indicating that those things are going to um you're going to achieve them. You're going to be able to close those doors first, and then these other things will start to illuminate. So because you have the moon card, I think a lot of it is going to be revolved around your intuition. So if you have been working on honing your intuition, or if you just feel like over the course of time you feel like your intuition has been challenged and improved upon, I think that is going to be the next phase of the spiritual transformation, where you start to come into more of yourself more intuitively. You start to trust it more. It starts to shape more, and please don't all caps me. Oh my god, I don't like that. um but I think that this is really cool because so it sounds like you're you're wrapping up one thing, or I won't say one thing. You're wrapping up a few chapters maybe of certain things spiritually that you probably feel like you're going through right now, and then once that happens, it'll start to open the door up for this part. So I think that, like timing wise, I think you're on the cusp of being able to do that. And then you can start to tap into those things more intuitively. Start to, um, if you like to work around the moon cycles, start to be more intentional about that. Um, if it's not necessarily moons, but like it could also be representative of the planets and just astrological stuff in general. I think that could also be a sign here with the moon. Um, yeah, this seems really cool though. This moon card is something that I think that as you start to grow your intuition, I think things will start to uncover themselves and make themselves known to you that you can start to explore as well. You just haven't gotten to that point yet. And I think it's about you figuring that part out without giving too much away, of course. Alrighty. Sorry. There we go. Jean, go ahead and put your question in the chat. You're welcome, Sue. No worries, fun boy. Thank you. Luke, that makes sense. I don't necessarily put my tree down like January 1st or anything. I kind of leave it up until the end of January. So maybe that's why I leave mine up a little longer than I think other people do. It still comes down before it still comes down before like the February holidays. Although this year I'm traveling at the end of January, so it might be up until March. Who knows? Don't judge me. All right, let's see what you need to know about your connection with I. You have the King of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. Right, keep the tree up. My mom used to keep hers up, and it was like a small, like 4-footer, and she would take it down in the basement, sit in a corner, and then come back next year and just like rinse and repeat. She never took it down. Technically, she just removed it from the main part of the house and put it in storage upright and fully decorated. So, Jean, this is really nice because we have the King of Wands. So I feel like this shows like a strength and growth and a lot of energy between you guys. The Kings, they represent air energy. Wands is fire. So that it's very fueling. It feels very much like there's room for things to grow. Just be a little careful. Sometimes when air and fire mix, it can be a little explosive. So I think that's where the Four of Pentacles comes in, where it's about being reserved and taking your time. Don't get sucked into the fast-paced energy of the wands. But I don't think that's necessarily going to be a problem. I always just like to give that general warning when those combos come up. The King of Wands is all about finding inspiration, and oh, you're a Leo. Okay, and he's a Scorpio. Cool. There's no water in here, so I feel like the connection is being like pushed from your end. And by that I mean like there's nothing here that necessarily represents a Scorpio, which it's always funny. Like when I was first learning astrology, I felt like Scorpios should be fire, but whatever. I don't make the rules. But I think that with this King of Wands here, there's a lot of inspiration. There's a lot of like just overall vision, and I think that this is representative, probably more so of you, of like having a vision of where you want things to go between you and I, and it feels like I'm saying you and myself, but you and your connection with this person, and I think that's a great foundation, and building upon it, and with this Four of Pentacles is a balance between the fast-paced energy of the Wands, where this Earth energy here is telling you to keep it slow and steady. Don't give too much up too quickly. The Four of Pentacles is about being reserved with one's resources, whether it be time, money, just your physical self in a lot of ways. And I think, the great thing about the king being highlighted here in a relationship reading is the king is very confident, very sure of themselves, and they know what to do in order to get to the point that they're envisioning, right? So the king of wands understands how to make their vision come true. um so it sounds like there's nothing bad going on. It sounds like you have a really good footing of what you probably need to do. And I'm sure like it's just about having the confidence to do so. And hopefully this reading gives you the confidence to go forth and do whatever next steps you feel are right in this situation. Jean, thank you. I'm so glad you agree. um Yeah, Scorpio always I guess because I associate, obviously, Scorpio, Scorpion, I associate them with, like, Arizona, and it's hot. So I think of fire. It's very weird. Did they? I didn't know that. Okay, I have to I don't know the first thing about scorpions, apparently. Alrighty, fun boy. So what was your question? I don't do health readings, so let me know what your question is. You're welcome. Thanks for joining me. Make sure you guys like this video and hit the subscribe button. Helps with the algorithm. Okay. Let's see what pops up for you. A lot of fire. I feel like as a community, we've gotten a lot of fire cards over the few weeks. Hold on. Apollo. Sorry, my cat's downstairs caterwauling. So you have the Knight of Wands and the Death card. Um hmm. So these feel contradictory of each other. It doesn't necessarily matter which one is reversed. I think that it's probably this guy here. I just had to think about it for a little bit. Could go either way. So we have our Knight of Wands. This is fire upon fire, a lot of fiery energy here, and then Death, which is water, I believe, if I recall correctly. They don't interact well, like elemental wise, so that's why I reversed it. So the Knight of Wands in general, he's very, very ambitious wand. Hi, hot sun. Happy Thanksgiving. And sometimes to his detriment can become very impulsive and just kind of just does not set up the right boundaries for himself and doesn't set up the right structure for himself to succeed. So therefore the things that are changing around them are just sort of wishy-washy, and unsubstantial is probably the word I'm looking for. So I feel like for your general future reading, it's about finding a focus and finding structure within this. So within this Knight of Wands, because the Knight of Wands upright is great in the sense like they have the energy to you know, fight for their ambitions and set goals and actually strive towards them. And I think that's where you really want to get at. So this is really asking you, I think this is about a transformation of oneself that needs to happen where you don't feel so like misguided or a little lost in how you are setting your goals and how you're actually achieving your goals. I know. I didn't go live yesterday, so um I decided to do an impromptu live. But yeah, I think try to take some steps in upwriting this. What steps can you do? What habits can you build to build a little more consistency and focus, as you say? I love that. Um and set up ways for you to like slow down and pause no pun intended with this deck before you start to make changes in your life. And I think that is really the big transformation that it's asking you to do. And this is something that's going to take a while. With this being a major arcana, it's going to be very impactful and important to you, but it might also take a bit before it like sinks in. You're welcome, fun boy. I don't know why YouTube changed like their username thing, because now you don't see people's channel names, you see their like usernames, and they don't always match up, which has been very annoying. Alrighty, hot son. Let me know what your question is and if you would like a divine blessing card or an extra tower card. Right, Luke? Like, it took me a while to realize certain people were the same folks. Because, last week? Yeah, last week. Or maybe it was the week before when it first popped up. All right, let's see. Get a nice shuffle. This deck shuffles so well. I love it. Okay, let's see. Oh, Queen Luna has arrived. Next card. Oops. Oh no. The moon is back. I dropped a card. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Goodness, it made its way like all the way under the desk. All right, last card. Hi, Luna. So we have the Hanged Man, the Knight of Cups, the Moon, and the Knight of Swords. We have 2 knights here. Interesting. And 2 major arcana. Oof, man. I remember I jammed my thumb and I couldn't like riffle and bridge shuffle. I felt like incapacitated. So I think that I feel like things have shifted for you guys with this hangman, where, you know, things were expressed, perspectives were changed, and you guys kind of have a new outlook on how things are between you guys. Um and maybe that means you guys sacrificed a little bit. You had to give up a little bit of certain things. I don't know if this is like representative of just a discussion where you guys come together and have decided, like it's okay if we do things like this and versus that, and realize you kind of have to give up how you do certain things or the way you approach certain things in order to come together in the right kind of way that works for the both of you. So on one side we have the Knight of Cups, and I'll kind of talk about the Knights and then go into the Moon. The Knight of Cups is really the Knight that is emotionally driven. He likes to, excuse me, this Knight likes to, tends to rather take take steps towards emotional fulfillment, whereas the Knight of Swords likes to intellectually process things and think through things, and that's how they navigate. So I think it's about finding a balance of those two worlds. Um, okay, Luna, come on. You want to go up, Pete? Come on. Ugh, so annoying. Um, So I think that there's a balance here that has to happen or is starting to happen between these two nights. And in the center of that is this Moon card. The Moon, I mentioned before, is the card of intuition. And I think that there's also like this concept of the Moon illuminating things and highlighting things. And that combined with the concept of intuition, you start to notice in finding the balance between these two worlds here. You start to notice like the things that are important. You start to, you're the thinker. He's emotional. Okay, I feel like it always works out that way somehow. One is one, one's the other. Um, so I think that as you guys start to work on speaking each other's language, so to speak, you'll start to highlight the things that are truly important. And those things can start to build up as foundational things for you guys and things that you can rely on as a reset when things may get, lost in translation or something like that. But the Moon card is really great because there's this concept of like it shines light on stuff, but it's not like the sun. There's still shadows there, things to explore, and there are things like those shadows you kind of start to, if you do explore them, you start to shape things in much greater depth, and you start to build a lot of um substance, and things start to transition from superficial into substantial. So there is that like journey here that I see with the Moon it's like the next steps taken from the Hangman, and it's between these two nights here. Okay, Luna. Oh my goodness, what a ham. I think I'm like you, Hot Sun. I'm much more of the thinker as well. Hey, Ari. Woo. Let's drop those. You're welcome, Hot Sun. Thanks for yeah, it's slow because I don't have my normal like crew here, so there's no like long list. Luna. Come on. Gosh. Say hi. Okay, Luna. Yeah. I know you live a hard life. You want to say hi to your adoring fans? Yeah. Tell them happy Thanksgiving. Hey, SK. Go ahead, put your question in the chat, Ari. Yeah, that's right. Luna's here to also give her opinion on the readings. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. She napped all day and now she has to be like all up in my live stream because, of course she does. I'll hail the true queen. I should just rename the channel Queen Luna, right? All right, let's see. You've been stuck on him for years. I'm guessing you meant by like just coming across him, you just meant like you came back across him. Um like in person or online? I guess it doesn't matter. Hey Meg. Let's see why you've been so stuck on Daniel. Oh, our first repeat of the night. Wait, no, different king. Um, so you have Justice and the King of Pentacles. I don't think he was lying to you about being very busy at work. Um, the I think this feels more. One of these feels more reversed. Let me sit with this for a second. This feels more reversed. So the Justice card is, really like a give and take kind of card where, like the energy you put out, you tend to get back. And I don't think that there's any disconnect with what he's telling you. So, I- and I wonder if you're just kind of drawn to him because you have put energy into him previously and you're just receiving it back. And the thing about having this Luna, God, the thing about having this pentacles here is that this is long lasting energy. I don't think that it's necessarily for any rhyme or reason. I think it just takes a while to get over certain people. And maybe one of the things that you need to do is stop putting energy into it, especially if they're not reciprocating it back. I don't think it's, the Pisces, Daniel. I don't think he's lying to you about being too busy, and it seems very workaholic-ish, and therefore that is generally the main priority. So I think that like, okay, you have tried to stop putting energy into it. I mean, he may not. It depends how long the gaps are in between meeting people. I mean, if they're long enough, I mean, I tell people I tell people at work all the time, I'm like, y'all should be lucky I remembered your names after a long weekend. So he might just be that type. It's just if there's no substance to y'all's interactions, then he just doesn't have the desire to put memory behind it. But I think that there's just like, you know, y- I don't know what you've tried to do to stop putting energy behind it, but I think that, you know, maybe you just need to be a little bit more deliberate and find like refocus techniques when it comes to it, because that's really what it boils down to. If it seems very much like the only reason that you're attached is because you keep reattaching yourself, and you got to stop. Oh, okay. Yeah, some people when they're working, they don't want to be bothered. All right, Lena, bye. Yeah, yeah, Ari, I think yeah, I think you might just have to be more strict with yourself in terms of how you handle that. 22, 23. Okay, yeah, that was almost 4 years ago, right? 3 years ago. SK, go ahead, put your question in the chat. I won't see what their intentions are, but I'll see if you guys had a past life connection. Yeah, I would say so. I don't know how much you've explored with your like past lives and stuff like that, or have any inkling of what past life you're like thinking of, but you have the Fool and the King of Cups. They're both fairly positive in this aspect and have a pretty good connection. So I feel like you guys did meet in a past life. And with the King of Cups, I think that it was very much like a I feel like it was like I won't say that it's necessarily something that transcends the past lives. At least in this short, small reading, past life things are so like intricate. It's really hard to say, but I think that ultimately, yeah, you guys did have some sort of past life connection. I don't know that it's inherently romantic or not, but I do think they were someone who was a staple in your life for sure. You're welcome. Yeah, Ari, it sounds like you're hung up, but like probably shouldn't be. Meg, go ahead, put your question in the chat. Um, and it's just kind of like I think having to allow yourself to let go of that. Like there's nothing there. Like stop engaging, stop talking to him, and just let yourself be able to move on from it. I'm not sure what tools are generally the recommended things to do that, but yeah. Yeah, it could be an energy thing, and maybe that's the takeaway is that, like, it's about the way they carry themselves and um the vibes they give off, and it's just not so the universe saying, "Oh, you're hung up on this person," but maybe that's the energy that it's trying to say, "Hey, look out for this in other people." Meg, if you're still here, go ahead, put your question in the chat. And please don't put your question in before I ask for it. And I'm not going to answer that question. I don't do how people feel about you or any of their thoughts. If you want to know that, ask them yourselves. So feel free to ask a different question when your time comes. I'm happy to see what the connection is between y'all, but I won't inherently look at how they feel. All right, last call for Meg. Excuse me. I don't do those kind of readings, Meg. So if you have a different question, feel free to ask that. I wouldn't think of it as finding a guy that's a similar type of guy to him that just has the same energy or similar energy. I don't know. I think maybe it feels like a distinction to me. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. Ari. Maybe. It could just be like, I mean, you might have, but it could also be that now you recognize, like, oh, it's not really about him, it's the energy. So now you can refocus it. So maybe you have been trying, but now this is like the catalyst to help you really like discover the why behind it. And now you can move on. So maybe, I don't, I don't really know. Um, so Meg, I'm not going to answer any questions about somebody else who isn't here to consent to me giving a reading about them. So if you have a different question, like if you want to know like what you can do to bring Derek closer to you, or like if you want to just know your overall connection with Derek, whether it's good or bad, stuff like that, I can totally do that. But I will not read about other people's motives or thoughts or intentions. Um, Okay, totally can do this one. Let's see if you should give Derek a chance. We have like almost a repeat to the T. We have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. I think that this is definitely a sign that you should go ahead and give it a chance. The King of Pentacles is the person who is more excuse me, grounded, whoops, fiscally responsible. They have really set down a lot of strong roots and have a really good footing under themselves, and therefore there is this air of confidence and maturity that they exude, whereas the Knight of Wands maybe quite isn't there yet, but there's a lot of energy, there's a lot of like great movement around them, and it's really attractive. It's sometimes just be careful when you're mixing these two not to get like one not to get caught up in the other, and the other not to get caught up, meaning like if you feel very much more like you're the King of Pentacles here, don't get caught up in the fun and frivolousness that sometimes can happen with the Knight of Wands. It's instead what you want to see is a balance between the two, where the knight kind of pulls the king out of his like shell and gets him moving a little bit, trying different things, trying new things. But then the king helps the knight settle down, and focus and start to plant down some roots. So if this is the energy that you feel between y'all, like there's that balance and connection, then I would say, yeah, totally give Derek a chance. If you feel more so like I was mentioning before, where it feels like one person is sucking the other person into their vortex and like losing themselves in it, maybe not. But ultimately, I think that's up to you. So that's up to you to decide. But I totally think that it's a great balance of energy there. It just boils down to if that's something you agree with me on. You're welcome, Meg. Thanks for being patient while we worked out your question. Let's see what you can do to increase your intuition. So, I would say that whatever you're doing now probably requires you to switch it up. Yeah, I think Anna joined. Maybe not. Make sure you use exclamation point join to enter the queue. So uh with the hangman, I think that you need to uh break free of the walls that you've set up for yourself and the and open yourself up to other possibilities. Now, this is a very general thing, a very general concept, because I think that what this means is opening yourself up to accepting things coming to you in different ways and how you receive them. So if you have been trying to develop, oh, thank you, Hatan. I didn't scroll that far up. If you've been trying to develop your intuition in a specific way, this is asking you to switch that up. How you switch it up could vary. I think one example here is with the Ten of Pentacles. I think that there is this like need to do some earthing, which is like it earthing can be synonymous to grounding, but specifically like slowing down, letting yourself feel the earth in some kind of way, whether you like to garden, if you go on hikes, allow yourself to just walk barefoot in the grass. It sounds very hippy dippy, but it allows you to reconnect with yourself and allows you yourself to reconnect with the earth. And I feel like that's where it can help you reset your own energy so you can start to take other things in, so to speak. It allows for a stillness where you can start to understand things that are intuitive versus other things. That being said, with this Ten of Pentacles, this is not something that's going to happen overnight. It's about um, building over time, and you have to be very, very patient in that aspect. I feel like um, people fall into the trap of like doing these like silly little intuition challenges on TikTok and stuff like that. Those are parlor tricks. That's not how intuition works. Your intuition is a buildup of your experiences in life and a buildup of your own spirituality and the intersect between them. So there's going to be a lot of like patience you have to give yourself in that. I also wonder too, um, if you've been devoting enough time to being intentionally like, this is going to sound weird, being intentionally intuitive, where you're conscious of um Oh, you started doing oh, that's so cool. You started doing your, readings? That's so awesome. I hope they've been going well, and I promise they're gonna get better as you go along. Just be patient with yourself and just, whatever prior expectations you've set, just kinda let them go and just let things happen how they're gonna happen. That's kinda part of our community read, just go with the flow and, don't try to, like, steer the reins so much. Alrighty, Anna, there you are. Had I checked the queue, I would have seen you in it. All right, let's see the connection between you and Trevor. Cute little witchy cat. Mm, you have the Six of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. Uh, right off the bat, it feels kind of like you have competition for this person. I don't know that you're necessarily a priority, and I worry that you're giving too much of your time and energy and not um, getting anything back in return. Uh, it's okay, Ari. Seems like the folks in the chat got you. So with the Six of Pentacles, this is about being generous with your time, but sometimes, especially like if you're looking to build a relationship with somebody, it's not about just being generous. It could also be a sign of giving too much. And by too much, meaning you're giving much, much, much more than the person is giving you back. And it is very much a one-way road in that aspect, and it shouldn't be. Um, the Five of Wands is very much like external conflict and external competition, and this is the card that feels like maybe there are other people that you are competing with, whether you realize it or not. It just feels like there are rivalries that are happening, not necessarily that you feel like you have a rivalry. I just think that they exist, whether you notice or whether you recognize that or not. So I don't think that there's a very good connection between y'all. I just be careful about these things going forward. At the same time, too, things could change. I don't want to give like false hope where I don't see any necessarily, but what I mean by that is this is a snapshot and then a here and now. So if things are working out, like if you guys are both dating other people, for example, and you're trying to weed things down to a specific person, this is like a snapshot to see where you're at right now. But if it's more like a one-on-one where you guys kind of had the idea that you guys are one-on-one, then maybe this doesn't seem as favorable. Hopefully that makes sense. Alrighty, Jacinta, you're up next. Are Geminis oversharers? Or do they just talk a lot? Oh, okay. Florentia? That's very pretty. All right, let's see if something is gonna happen between y'all. Depends what you mean by romantic. If you mean like full on relationship and stuff like that, no. But if you just mean like fun physical times, then yes. Um, Knight of Swords, Ace of Wands, a lot of fueled up energy here. Ace of Wands is generally can represent a very phallic start to a journey. Um, I feel like we're adults here, but this feels very much more of a physical connection and not necessarily an emotional connection. If that's what you want, then yes. If that's not what you want, then no. Hey, Ruby, welcome. So it depends. It depends. Like, and just for people that are watching my live, I like to give readings where we kind of like talk through things because I don't think that this is a yes or no. It depends on what people are truly want, right? So that's why I'm being wishy-washy about it. To me, based off of what your question was about being romantic, I would say that this feels very much like a no. It feels very like, like, oh, it might be hot and heavy and more sexual right now. And that's maybe not what you're looking for. You're looking for something of more substance. And I just don't see it necessarily right now. Not that it can't turn into that, but in the snapshot in time for the here and now. Yeah, that. Oh no, he ghosted you. That's not fun. Ugh. Grow up, people. Yeah, I don't think that this is something worth exploring, honestly. Like, in my opinion, you can always take your readings with your own perspectives on it, obviously. But the Knight of Swords, knights can be a little frivolous, anyways. And the Ace of Wands, even though aces tend to be new beginnings, they don't necessarily mean they're any beginnings of anything of substance. And the wands can be a little more frivolous than some of the other wands, or at least based off of what is happening here. So, feels very meh to me. I mean, if you're looking for a fun time and he's responsive, then, go for it. You're welcome. Joko, go ahead, put your question in the chat. You want to put it in earlier, but I generally just have people post their questions again, so I'm sure that they're still in the live. And that way I don't have to scroll up and find people's questions. I know. That's a good way to put it. Although, look at his little cute cat face. I mean, he's so innocent, but he is also orange, so you can't really trust any behavior that comes of him. That's really funny. But yeah, this Ace of Wands definitely waving the wand around. And then the Knight of Swords here. I'm not thinking about too much there. Joko, go ahead, put your question in the chat. I think they left, honestly. Like, that's fine. That way I can get off of here and snuggle with the cats. Ruby, Hot Ton, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Yeah, the cat deck came up in our live conversation last week, and I was like, I'm gonna pull that out. I just love I love this. The cardstock is right up my alley. It's not too thick, not too thin. like has that like it's perfect for live streams because it has that matte finish, that matte coated finish. Oh, do you hot sun? Nice. I know. Oh yeah, shameless plug. Syl and I for December are gonna finish the year off with a our own like tarot tag. Let me see what the tag name is gonna be. I'm gonna say it exactly so I don't like say it wrong. Oh, it's hashtag oh no, wrong symbol. Hashtag new deck rituals, and it's about like when you get a new deck, like how you interact with it. So we're gonna come up with I think we came up with just four prompts, but they're like sort of discussion prompts, so you can make them as short or as long as you want to. Oh, no day off, lame. You had to get a whole new laptop to what happened? What video did you publish? Let me go check your channel. Oh, back to after school memories. Oh, card captor tarot. Card capture Sakura? That one? Yeah, Luke. It's nice because it's as long or as short people want it to be based off of their conversation, and it'll be nice because I don't have to like pull out 11 million decks to show my shelves are a mess right now. Oh my goodness. You had a geriatric laptop. I have like a whole setup. I have my PC here, and then I have like my main monitor like right here, and I have another monitor like off to the side. I just got that one. I treated myself. I like emotionally bought it like during the government shutdown with my like funds in Venmo. It's nice to have another screen. So like this screen here is like Restream in YouTube and Streamlabs, and then this one is OBS. So that way I can kind of see everything that's going on. Your usual procrastination time is how like 3 months pass. That has been me. I've been so unmotivated in 2025 to do videos. I'm happy though that I'm getting back into it. Robin from Robin's Reflections actually asked me to do a collab with them for the Goodreads what's it called, Choice Awards. So we did tarot predictions. We split up the 15 prompts between the three of us, so we each did five, and we each did a video, me, Robin, and I think Scarlet Moon Creations. um we did five of the categories, and basically did our like guesses, not guesses, but predictions using tarot to do them. It was just so much fun. I hadn't done something like that in a while. Yeah, I also have 2 screens at work. I upgraded to 1 screen, the main screen here, and then the other one was like an old all-in-one computer. Yeah. I think Ruby and Scarlett are gonna get theirs up either later tonight or tomorrow. Mine went up, like, 2 hours ago, 2 or 3 hours ago. Let me see if I can grab a link to it. There we go. That's the Yeah, sorry, Jokul. I closed my queue and you disappeared, so, um, now I'm just chit-chatting before I get off. Oh, I'm so excited. Like, I think you're no worries. You have a good night too. I'll be live next Friday though. So feel free to catch me Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Hot Sun. But yeah, I'm very excited for our collab. I haven't done a like video collab in a hot ass minute. So this is a really fun way to end the year. Kind of gave me the spark to want to do more videos. Yeah, see you then. Have a great rest of your weekend. Alrighty, guys. I think the bottom of my wine glass can be viewed now. So I'm gonna probably get off of here soon. Yeah, Ruby, I have been very unmotivated by recording tower flip throughs. I think because I was burnt out by getting sent stuff by sponsors, which you would think I would want as a channel, right? But it's much more fun to show off stuff that I buy personally and I've been like pining over. So I just stopped enjoying doing flip throughs. And I want to do something different with my channel, but I just don't know what it is yet. The wine glass indicator is very strong. But yeah, I feel like I want to do more discussions of stuff and in combo with showing off stuff where I talk about things. I don't know. I feel like in 2025, things came to a head with like the whole concept of consumerism, and I felt like my channel was spiraling into a realm that I wasn't enjoying anymore. So if you ever have ideas of things that you want to see from like me, my perspective or opinions of, please let me know. I'm always looking for ideas and thoughts and stuff like that. Yeah, I still look at other people's flip throughs, especially of decks that I want to get. So it's not that I don't enjoy them. Um, I do want to do more like secular content, especially in tarot and witch stuff. Hot sun, exact. Yeah, I need to like lean back on the things that I like. I started my channel to want to like show off my products originally, and then I've since gotten out of that and gotten more heavily into tarot. So I feel a little like shapeless right now. I have ideas. I feel like I'm gonna do like a little bit of commentary, a little bit of like educational, but I don't have like the Lisa Pepez or Kellyanne Maddox knowledge, you know what I mean? But it would be fun to give my perspective on things as a secular witch or a secular diviner. It's funny you say that, Ruby. I did start a like series, I guess, on my channel. I haven't like explored it in a while, probably about a year, where I walk through tarot readings of different kinds of questions and stuff like that. So I should probably do that again. Go back through. I should I have so many ideas. I should put a post and ask people to put in like questions they struggle to answer in tarot, and then I can build my series off of that. Maybe that's what I'll do. Ooh, you guys are giving me ideas. I love it. Mariana, I'm actually my queue is closed for the night. I'll be back next Friday though. Sorry you missed me. Thanks for stopping by. Alrighty, guys. I think that is my cue to get off of here. I also can't believe it's December. Like, I'm very happy you could switch to like my December overlays and stuff like that. But I can't believe it's December. It's crazy. Hey, Robin. Yeah, this is the one I think I found from you, if I recall. Speak of the devil, I was shamelessly plugging our collab, so um keep an eye out for Robin's portion of the collab, y'all. Well, thank you for that confirmation, Luke. I'll go back into it. I think I just need to fish for ideas and find inspiration in what people really want to see, I guess. Yeah, this one's really nice. I haven't used it in a hot minute, but I really enjoy using it. I especially don't use it on live a lot because of this. But I think I set up my lights well enough that it's cool. Yeah, I'm so happy that Robin reached out to me to do it because I was saying Robin earlier, like I haven't done a collab in so long, so like this was really exciting. Oh, that's true. That's a good point. Hmm. Well, think of me for other collabs because that was super fun. Um, and it was super quick to do. I mean, the video itself is like 45 minutes, but uh, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. Like, I was definitely dragging, or like when I was first doing it, and I was like, "Oh no, this is gonna take half the day." But no, it didn't. Oh, look, that gives me some fun ideas. I can always do some like fun, no, like no substance kind of videos. I need to figure out how to fit reels and like TikToks into my workflow. That's really what I need to do. It's so funny. It took me no time at all, Robin, to pick out decks. I thought that was gonna take me forever. The only one I struggled with was audiobooks because I'm like, that isn't really a genre. It's a format of book that encompasses a lot of genres. So that was the only one I sort of struggled with. Ruby, that is so me. That's how I feel. I have so many discussion topics in the queue that I just like. I'm excited to do, but I'm like, oh, they'll take forever, and then I gotta edit them, and then I'm like, ugh. Let me see my YouTube ideas. I feel like a fun series would be like, I don't know. Do you guys remember Wine About It from BuzzFeed? Like, gosh, what was it, like 7 years ago when BuzzFeed was like really big? And the guy would do like Wine About It, and his show would get like progressively more unhinged as he drank more and more wine. I kind of want to do that. That feels like right up my alley. Or I just do random takes on like tarot and witchcraft. And gotta sneeze. Excuse me. Oh, goodness. Yeah, like Drunk History, where it starts off normal and then it gets more and more unhinged as like the episode goes on. Thank you, Hudson. I kind of feel like I want to do that. I feel like that would be really, really fun, where it's just like completely nonsensical, just fun videos of like my random drunken wine rants about stuff that doesn't really matter at the end of the day, but it's just fun and something you can listen to while you're cleaning. Thank you, Luke. Oof, goodness. Really? Oh, okay. So my idea is not completely unhinged. Good. Okay, I love that idea. Tipsy Tarot Tuesdays. The triple T. Maybe I need to put out feelers, like people will submit their random takes on tarot and witchcraft, and then I'll just do a ranty video about it. Honestly, if you guys have suggestions of things you want to rant about, let me know. Say less. Say less. Is it hot sun? I mean, yeah, my Saturday's almost over. I only have one more day before I have to go to stupid work, so that sucks. Kickstarter project descriptions? Interesting. I would definitely listen to you rant about that, Ruby. I feel like there's always something going on Kickstarter. It's that FOMO. I just need James E. Earl like to stop releasing stuff, both on Kickstarter and not on Kickstarter. That's my true weakness. Okay, guys, I'm actually gonna get off of here for real this time. Let's. I know he must be. James is definitely my tower crush. He has a really nice voice. I listen to him on TikTok. I'm like, damn, I forget your voice is that nice. Um, anyways, I'm gonna get off of here for real this time, guys. Let's go ahead and take this conversation over to Discord. If you're on Discord, if you're not, join us. Join the cult, the cosmic cult, the lunar family. You know. um, and I will definitely see you guys next Friday for sure. This time, I'm not gonna be lazy and loafing on the couch with the cats. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for hanging out and chatting with me on this Saturday. All right, see you guys over on Discord. Bye.